Family can be one of the greatest blessings in your life and also one of the greatest sources of pressure in your marriage. Sometimes it is not what is happening between you and your partner that is the problem. It is what is happening around you. Opinions, expectations, advice you did not ask for. Slowly, without realizing it, that pressure begins to shape your relationship. It shows up in decisions, in conflict, in loyalty, in tension that does not seem to make sense. And if you do not address it intentionally, family pressure can quietly weaken even the strongest marriage. Today, I want to show you how that happens and how to protect your marriage without disrespecting or disregarding your family. Welcome. If you haven't met me before, I am Taye Aluko. I help couples build emotionally safe, mature, lasting marriages. And this conversation is one many couples avoid until it becomes a problem. The conversation on family pressure. Now, this is the first thing you need to know. One of the biggest pressures in marriage is this: unspoken loyalty conflicts. You love your spouse. You love your family. But sometimes the expectations of your family and your spouse do not align. And now, you who are in the middle, you feel pulled on both sides. Do I keep peace with my family or do I protect my spouse? If this is not addressed clearly, your spouse may start to feel like second fiddle. Not because you don't love him or her, but because your actions are now divided. And over time, that creates emotional distance. Now, you must know that when it comes to marriage, your spouse needs to feel chosen all of the time. Not occasionally, all of the time. Now, the second thing that you should be aware of is the challenge of many voices in your relationship. Too many voices. You have family members giving advice, sharing opinions, interpreting your situation without having full context. Now, if you are not careful, the voices of your family members can become louder than even your own voice. You start second-guessing your decisions. You start explaining your spouse to your family. You start adjusting your marriage to try to fit into family expectations. And slowly, your relationship with your spouse can lose its center. Now, you must know that a marriage cannot be strong if it is constantly being negotiated outside of itself. Very vital and important for you to note. And this is what many marriages or many couples do not realize but need to know. That family pressure is usually not aggressive or overt. A lot of times it is subtle. It shows up as concern. It shows up as advice. It shows up as tradition. And it feels normal. So you don't question it. But what may feel normal is not always what is healthy for your marriage. Now, there's also the guilt feeling. I call it guilt-driven decisions. Now, it's important for you to know that you don't struggle with family pressure because you are weak. You struggle because sometimes you feel guilty. You feel guilty for setting boundaries. You feel guilty for saying no to your parents or your siblings. You feel guilty for choosing your marriage over them. Then you start making guilt-driven decisions. But this is the thing you must know. Guilt-driven decisions, they actually cost you. Because guilt-driven decisions, they can cause you to stop prioritizing your spouse in the moment because you want to manage your family's comfort. The goal is not for you to stop loving your family, don't get me wrong. The goal is for you to stop letting guilt make decisions that belong to you. What causes all of this? Lack of clear boundaries. Family pressure becomes destructive when boundaries are not clear. Not aggressive boundaries, not disrespectful boundaries, simply clear boundaries. Who has the say in your decisions? What is private in your marriage? How much influence is appropriate? If you have not defined this, someone else will define it for you. And that is where the conflict will start to happen. So, what is the shift? How do you protect your marriage without dishonoring your family? Good question. This is what you need to do. You need to shift from reaction to intentional structure. Put a structure in place. You and your spouse become aligned first before responding to anyone else. The goal is not to exclude family. The goal is to make sure your spouse knows they are priority at all times. Here are some practical steps that you can take if you are negotiating family pressure. Have a clear conversation with your spouse. Ask or agree, what role will our respective family play in our decision making? Agree on boundaries together, not individually. Then you present a united front, not opposition, unity. Know that you will respond with respect, but be clear in your communication. Don't allow guilt to lead your decisions. Lead from a place of alignment, the two of you speaking with one voice. And most importantly, you need to know that you must become a safe space for each other. Because if your spouse does not feel safe with you, they will always run back to their family where safety lies. So, finally, if this is something that you are living with right now, I want you to know this. You are not struggling because you are weak. You are struggling because you care deeply about the people in your life, your spouse and your family at the same time. No one has taught you how to love both of them and protect your marriage at the same time, and it is possible. You can do both. You really can. You can love your family and you can still choose your marriage first. You can honor where you came from and still build something that is yours and that is pointing to where you are going. That, my friend, is not disloyalty. It is maturity. I want you to always remember this. Your family matters, but your marriage, it must have its own voice. If you want to continue receiving emotionally grounded, honest conversations about building marriages that last, please subscribe to this channel. God bless you as always. My name is Taye Aluko, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.